Hi, I'm Mitch Shoemaker, and today is day 75 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and focusing on today. So, yay, I made it to day 75. 25 days to go. I'm so excited to be done. I don't even want to think about what I'm going to do next or if I'm going to do any more videos next. But, anyway, I am super tired too. I got like 4 hours of sleep today because I just, not for lack of trying, I tried. Trust me, I tried. I just could not seem to sleep. I think it's because I wanted to do stuff differently, and so my anxiety just kind of kicked in. And since I don't have my DDR Prime stuff that helps level all of that out, I couldn't let myself sleep, which is really annoying. So anyway, I chose to. Normally, when I don't get sleep like that, I know that I will just play games and be depressed and discouraged and be like, I don't have energy, I can't do anything. But I did not do that today. I chose to reach out to a friend who's in town visiting. She's in town for a funeral, which is sad, but as long as she was here, I wanted to visit with her. So I reached out with my friend, and so then I decided I needed to wait for stuff to do before I could go meet with her tonight. So I did some dishes. I actually filled up some sink with soap and water again, just one sink full. I just gathered up all the dishes that I wanted to get washed and stuck them in there. Um, Not spending 20 minutes in there, maybe 10 or 15 minutes doing a sink load of dishes, but I was happy to get some dishes done. So, yay, I did some dishes. And I read my scriptures and meditationals for the first time in like a week or two, which made me very happy. So, yay. And then, of course, I played games and watched Netflix and things like that. And then I went and hung out with my friend, and we decided to just walk around while we were talking. It wasn't fast walking or anything like that. It was just nice and slow and just kind of, meandering. And I was over at my parents' house, so because I was staying with my parents while they're in town, which is nice. Anyway, so we just kind of walked around the little circle that they live in like 3 times, and then I'm like, okay, I need to sit down. And we ended up talking for like 2 hours, which was really awesome. I don't know how long we were walking for because I didn't really time it. I didn't even pay attention to the time. I saw what time it was when I got there, and I saw what time it was when I left. So I know I was there for like 2 hours. Um, but my body is already mad at me for that. Like, totally overdid it. Um, but it's okay. I felt good about myself for having done that. And then I watched the conference that I was supposed to watch. Well, it was on Easter weekend, and so that was like a week and a half ago or whatever, week ago, and I didn't watch it when it first aired, so I'm watching it. I watched just one session tonight, and there's 5 sessions to watch, so I'm like, maybe by the end of this week I will get all of them watched. We'll see what happens. But I realized tonight before I went to watch conference that it's just like another one of those epiphanies. I think that God is just trying to remind me, to help me, to teach me, to be into today. And I'm like, it's day 75, and I'm finally getting this concept to be in today, because I realized that maybe part of my problem and my struggle with feeling overwhelmed is that I always feel like I'm behind. I feel like I'm always playing catch up. I don't read my meditationals for a day or two, and they just have like a one day, each day of the year they have like a little, thought thing, whatever, to read, which is nice. But if I get behind, then I'd read 2 or 3 days entries to try to catch up. But if I'm like weeks behind or months behind, I'll just keep, reading 2 a day to try to catch up. And then I'm still months behind for, I don't know. I've been months behind in that for like for years, probably since my divorce, actually, which is ridiculous. And when I started doing the todays, I'm like, I'm just going to start fresh with January, whatever day I'm on, I'm just going to do that. And I did, which was great. And then I got behind because I got sick. And so now I'm trying to play catch up again. I was like, why do I keep doing that? It's not like I can go back and do more in any of those days that have already passed. And it's just today. And today I I read the stuff for April 4th, which was my grandma's birthday, but I didn't read all the other passages. I just read the one day, and it was so nice. It was kind of just peaceful. I didn't feel like as stressed out because I just picked. And honestly, these meditationals, I mean, I could just go to the flip to the back and just pick a topic that I'm dealing with and just open up a reading on that particular topic. I don't have to read each day of the year or whatever day of the year that I'm on. I can just open one up, and it usually like speaks to me like what I need. And so it just was like, I the realization that it's not like I'm always playing catch up. I'm always behind. I mean, my Christmas stuff is out and it's April. I'm just so far behind. And as long as I keep thinking I'm behind and I'm having to play catch up, it's not really starting over. It's not really giving myself a clean slate. And it's like, okay, this is the stuff I want to do today. And so I'm doing stuff for today that needs to be done today. But then I'm trying to, like read my scriptures and meditationals, but then I'm trying to make up for the days that I didn't, so that I'm increasing the amount of time that it takes me to do that, or adding to it, and that I'm always thinking in my head, what day am I going to get caught up? What day am I going to get caught up? And I'm always just looking forward to when I'm finally caught up, or when I'm going to be where I'm supposed to be, because I'm so far behind. And and then I think at some point in all of that, I just get overwhelmed because I'm busy playing catch up, and I need to stop. Today, I need to stop. And I mean, I will keep watching Conference because I enjoy it, because it's uplifting and inspirational, and I want to hear the messages. But we're all supposed to watch or read the messages every, just like we would scriptures or something else, because that's inspiration. That's direct revelation from prophets and apostles that are speaking to us, that have prayed to give us those messages. So it's just, it's, letting go of the feeling that I'm behind, or that I messed up and I can't catch up somehow, because I honestly, if I keep doing that, I will never catch up, because I'm trying to live in my past in the present day, and like combine the two, and looking forward to when I will be caught up in the future. And it's really confusing. It really is. And it's really overwhelming. And it's looking around at the stuff in my house and going, I need to do this and this and this and this. And I was like, no, I don't need to do all of that today. I wanted to do a lot more today. I wanted to actually put my Christmas stuff away today, and I just didn't do it. I just didn't do it. And I'm not going to worry about it today, because I did take out the garbage. I was like, it's overflowing. It needs to be taken out. It doesn't matter when it should have been taken out. It needed to be taken out. I took it out today. That's it. That's all that matters. I'm not going to do all the dishes that are sitting on my counter in my kitchen, but I did some dishes today. And as long as I continue to do more that I dirty, eventually my kitchen will get clean. And I'm not going to worry about trying to clean the whole thing today, because that's just ridiculous. That's trying to catch up everything that's past due, instead of just, what can I do today? And so I need to start applying that to everything else in my life. Like, what things can I do today? And I started to clean off my table in the living room. I didn't clean off the whole thing, but I'm like, I had a bunch of dishes on there. I'm like, cool, I've got some extra counter space. These dirty dishes are going in my kitchen instead of in my living room. So I did little things, and those little things, I know, add up and they make a difference. But it's not my having to do everything. It's not having to catch up all the stuff from behind and trying to figure out when I'm going to be all caught up in the future. It's just being in today and just realizing today that I've been doing that. The part of my struggle has been trying to play catch up, trying to feeling like I have to do everything that I missed, and I can't do everything that I missed. I can't go back in time and make up for what I've missed. And I don't have the energy or the desire to spend an entire day cleaning my kitchen, or cleaning my house, or unpacking, a room and hanging stuff up on the walls. That would probably take me at least a week if I spent every day, like the entire day, like 8 hours a day or something, trying to like do all of that. And I'm like, not going to happen. I am not going to spend 8 to 12 hours a day just cleaning my kitchen and going through boxes of stuff and figuring out where to put everything, and trying to organize stuff and making a bigger mess to make to put it all away in the process. And it was just like, I'm not going to do that. I grew up doing that. I've spent a lifetime doing that. And then I just look at all that stuff and it just feels overwhelming. And I'm so grateful that I started doing that thing with the dishes, because now every time I go in the kitchen to make something to eat and I stand at my sink, it's kind of like the debate. Am I going to wash more than what I just need right now? Or am I going to, and it's also been nice to open up the cupboards and be like, I have clean dishes. This is awesome. So it's been nice. And just seeing the progress that I'm making the tiny little progress, the fact that I can just do little things, and just reading one thing today instead of multiple days worth of things. It's like, oh, I can just do this one. I don't have to read double. I don't have to do double the work. I don't have to put in double the effort today to make up for something that I didn't do in the past. I can just do, this is where I'm at today, and this is what I will get done today. And eventually, all of those things will get done. And I have no idea when, and I'm not going to worry about when because I know that I'm okay doing the little things that I'm doing, and doing the stuff that I did makes me feel good about myself. And even though I feel like I did too much or overdid today, because I'm just not used to it, I haven't been doing for so long, and my body's just kind of all tired and worn out. And then, of course, yeah, just like, and I didn't get enough sleep either. So maybe I'll sleep good tonight, because I hope, because one, I'm really tired. And two, because I went, walking. So I did a little bit more physical work today. So that kind of helps to get the extra energy out of my body. And I don't feel like I've been horribly lazy today. So I didn't beat myself up for anything either. I'm just like, I am going to do this. And I wrote in my journal tonight too. And I started a new one. I love getting to start a new journal. Although this one was really annoying, because the first page, I don't know what they did, but they glued like half an inch or an inch of it, like to the cover page or something in there. So it was really hard to write on the first page because it wouldn't lay flat. So annoying when it does that. So now it has like this little crease in it, because I had to crease it so I could write it without ripping the paper. Ugh. But I refuse to skip the page. And of course, when you turn it over to write on the back, it lays flat because it's, flat on the cover at that point. But anyway, I still got to write in a new journal, which always makes me happy. So I'm like, yay, I got to start a new journal today. So I'm very happy about that too. And then, of course, just again, the realization of more about being in today and what it really means to just let go of the past, to not hold on to that feeling that I'm behind anymore, because I can't go back and make it up. There's just no way to go back and change anything that I've done. I can only go forward and make different choices, and do the little things to make changes in my life, so that hopefully I won't end up feeling behind, or having stuff all around looking like I'm behind in my life. But it's just a process. It's going to take time. Things aren't going to change overnight. They're not meant to change overnight. And I don't know what I'm going to have the energy or desire or be willing to do tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be the things I didn't get done today that I wanted to do today. Because there were other things that I wanted to do today, some phone calls and some errands and stuff, and I didn't get them done because I was just really tired. And I was like, I'm not going to go driving around when I'm really tired, and don't want to be talking on the phone. And then I got my 4 hours of sleep. But it was totally worth going and spending 2 hours with my friend tonight. It didn't matter. I was like, I'm going to go, because I don't know when I'm going to see her again. So it was nice to visit with her. And it was also interesting for me too, because I like to talk, as you know from these videos, and I am grateful for the friends and the people that have listened to me over the years, or that continue to listen to me now, because and I've been so needy, I think, because I didn't feel like I was listened to a lot growing up. And so I have a tendency to repeat myself. And if I get someone's attention, I will just talk and talk and talk until they're like, okay, we're done. We can't talk anymore. So I just, I do that. And so tonight my friend was doing that with me. She was doing all of the talking, and I tried to interject a few times some things, and I'd start, and then she would just keep going with her story. And I was like, okay. And then I had this wonderful thought to just listen tonight, and then it's just about her tonight, and it's okay. So I just listened, and I let it be about her. I let her share what she's doing since she's moved, and where she's at in her new place, and her frustrations with that, and dealing with all of her husband's family with the funeral and everything that they're in town for, and all the stuff that she's dealing with right now. And I just listened. And even though I have similarities and things in my life and stuff that I could relate to or share, back and forth, I was like, I just need to listen tonight. And I don't feel like I do enough listening sometimes. I just do a lot of the talking, or I take a lot of things personally. So it was just, I was very grateful for the thought that popped into my mind. And I'm sure it's one of those God things, what do they call it, God shots or whatever, that just popped into my mind that said, just listen, because I was getting a little bit frustrated and trying to hold on to my thoughts and my stories to share with my friend when she was done talking. And again, it was like going back, I'm like, oh, but I have to tell my story too. And it's like, no, I don't. She's heard my story. She knows my life. We've been friends for years. Um, and it's okay. I don't need to repeat my stuff or share stuff that's coming up right now. I could just listen. And I haven't, I don't know the last time I did that. I'm sure I've done that in my life. But it was, I don't know, it was just nice to be reminded that it's not always all about me. And my life isn't always about me. And sometimes other people are struggling, and I can just listen. I don't always have to share. I don't always have to give advice. I don't have to fix it. I don't have to, make someone else feel better. I can just listen. And so it was just kind of a relief, really, to not have to think about anything else, to not figure out how to fix it or what to say or how to interject my story or my thoughts or just, whatever advice needs to come to mind. I could just listen. And it was a nice experience. And then it just made me really appreciate the people in my life that have just sat, that have just listened, that have just validated me when I've been hurting or upset about things. And it's kind of nice to, give back in a way that's been given to me, but also to recognize the gifts that I have been given and the friendships that I have, the people that have listened to me over the years, or the people that are listening to me now. And I just feel such gratitude for that. Because they don't have to, and they have their own stories and their own lives and their own things that are going on, and to take the time out and listen is just amazing. And I really appreciate that, and I'm really grateful that I could learn and listen to that prompting in my mind to just listen and to be there for my friend tonight, and to journal about that experience, and to realize that, it's okay to just listen. And I am not the center of whatever, and my life isn't all encompassing and all important. It feels that way to me because I'm the one that's having to deal with all of my emotions and everything that's going on in my life. But so are other people with their lives and their struggles. And so tonight I had an opportunity to just kind of turn my mind off for a friend, instead of turning it off for, avoiding things, watching a TV show or playing a game. It was turning it off for a friend and just listening and being there. And I mean, I was actually paying attention to what she was saying. My mind wasn't off in some other daydream. It wasn't off on some other story in my head. It wasn't trying to come up with advice or just the right thing to say. And I do that a lot of times in conversations where I feel like I have to share, or I have to like one up somebody. I think my biological mom did that all the time. So I think it's just a learned response for me, and anything to get attention. And I don't know, it was actually kind of fulfilling to just listen and to hear what was going on in my friend's life and not worry about me and what's going on in mine, because I'm like, mine's not that interesting right now. And she has all these new things going on because she's moved. She's in a new place, making new friends. She's having to come back, dealing with family drama, whatever. And it's like, okay, I've been there. I've done that. I can just listen. And it was just different, but it was a nice difference. And I actually left feeling good about myself and feeling good about my relationship with my friend, and not feeling like empty. I didn't even feel like there was stuff that was left unsaid, like I should have said this or I should have said that, and I didn't feel the need to replay the conversation in my head. I've done that so many times, and I didn't today. I just let it go. It was just in the moment. That was the conversation. I just listened. I didn't have to, just I commented, to let her know that I was still listening, obviously, and ask questions or interject occasionally, but it wasn't about me. And it's always kind of nice, I think, to have it be about somebody else for a little bit, to give myself a break. And I didn't realize that I needed that or anything else like that. So I'm grateful that I could hear something in the moment, do something in the moment, and be in the moment today with my friends. And it was nice to just be able to do that. It's been a while since I've done that. Um, because I think mostly recently anyway, all the times I've hung out with my other friends, it's been about me and what I'm doing and how I'm feeling and the changes that I'm making in my life or the struggles that I'm having and my emotional ups and downs. And my YouTube videos have been all about that too. And so um, it's just a nice change, and I'm grateful for that change. And I'm grateful to have that added perspective of how nice it is to have friends in my life that will just sit and listen and just validate what I'm feeling without feeling the need to interject, without feeling the need to give advice, without counteracting what I'm saying or telling me that I'm wrong or um, telling me their story over my story and how theirs is worse or whatever it is. So it was just it was nice, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm just grateful for the things that I'm learning right now. And again, a little bit frustrated that it's like day 75 and I'm finally getting this, but that's the whole point of doing these. It's not to be perfect on day one, but it's to develop something new, talent, new behavior, to be more aware of my surroundings and what I'm learning and what I'm doing and being in today, and not feeling like I'm behind, not trying to play catch up anymore, just letting it go. And it's when it's a brand new day, it's a brand new day, and I can start over. It's not all the stuff that didn't get done the day before or the week before or the month before or whatever it is. That's old stuff. And yes, old stuff and old emotions are always going to come up. They're always gonna be there, because that's how our bodies work. That's how our minds work. We build upon what we've learned, just like in school. You learn ABCs, and you learn one, two, threes, and then you learn multiplications, add, subtract, then multiply and divide, and then, it gets harder and harder. But we approach life based on our past experiences, and sometimes it's hard to approach life with a fresh look when it hasn't been fresh in the past. So it's creates trust issues and all those other things, because we hold on to stuff, because we try to put up barriers or do self-preservation to protect ourselves from, repeating the same thing. Um, but sometimes it's okay to open up, to take a risk, to trust, to see something different. And I've been doing that with myself, and I've been doing that with these videos. And it's been allowing me to have a changed perspective, and focusing on today, or at least talking about what I'm doing today, is helping me to open my mind to new ideas and perspectives, and how to deal with and live my life, and to recognize feelings like just feeling like I'm behind and like I'm playing catch up. And I don't think that I realized that's how I was feeling, that it was stressing me out, and I've been holding on to all of this stress, and then I just get to the point where I'm so overwhelmed, or I'm so far behind, that it just seems impossible to catch up, and then I quit and get further behind, and then I get more frustrated, and it's that cycle. And so I'm not saying it's broken, but it always helps for me to be aware, and now I'm aware of my cycle, so maybe I can start changing that a little bit, or not getting sucked in as deeply or for as long. So I'm so grateful for the things that I'm learning on a day-to-day basis, and that I get to share them in these videos, and that I could take a break and listen. I need to do more listening, because I always think that I know the answers, and I do that with God and with my prayers too. I'm like, I know this is what I need to do, or this is what I want to do, and this is what I want to happen. And then it's like, just please help make this happen. And I was like, it's so frustrating because it's not happening. And it's like, why is this not happening? And I forget to ask, is this what's supposed to be happening? Is this the direction I'm supposed to be going in? Or I forget to listen to that still small voice, to that guidance, to be like, okay, where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? And sometimes I don't even hear a voice. It's just more like I just get up and start doing stuff. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'm doing laundry today. Oh, I guess I'm doing dishes. Oh, I guess I'm doing this, And it's cool. And other times I fight it, and I have those thoughts, and I'm just like, no, I'm not going to do that today. Like, it's, but I know when I choose to do those things that I feel inspired to do, that I always feel better, and at least emotionally feel better. and I get more things accomplished, and then I can look around and be proud of myself for what I did today. And I'm proud of myself for what I did today. And it doesn't sound like a lot that I did today, but it's a lot for me right now, especially with everything that I've been going through. So, and I know my body's already mad at me, so I don't know how much it will let me do tomorrow, because I feel like I overdid it, but it was awesome. So I want to overdo it again tomorrow. I want to do more tomorrow than I did today, but that all depends on how much sleep I get tonight and how I'm feeling tomorrow. So, one day at a time. That's the whole point of these videos today. And that's all I have for today. So if you like these videos or you find the information helpful, you can hit like, subscribe, or share with someone else if you think they'll like it or enjoy it too. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude and maybe do some writing.